Yo, home hearties, and welcome to what is a bit of an odd start. Basically, I have already recorded half of this episode. This is me after half the episode. And it's basically because when I was recording the, intro to the first half, I was just really tired, and I somehow didn't realise. So the whole time I just sound like this, and it was really boring. So I'm re-recording, which is very odd. Normally I wouldn't do this. So basically, I'm gonna do all of the essential stuff, like that, Wonderful Dave's Newspaper Incorporated, and then I'm just gonna cut to what I was doing after that first clip. Does that make sense? So, Wonderful Dave's Newspaper Incorporated. Last episode, everything has started to be connected through cliffs and slopes, making transport easier across the base. That is true, and special shout out to HTPZ, or Z, depending on where you want to say it. But there is actually a very special reason why they are being added, and a reason that you may find out shortly. Subtle hinting. But yeah, so I guess that's all that actually needs to be done in an intro, so for now, I'm going to send you back on to past me. So that is done. Yeah, it's a very sort of simple part. Well, I say simple, it's the exact same as all of the others, but oh my gosh, it was such a pain because I didn't realise how thin I was making it. It gets like 3 blocks thin here. It's like, I didn't actually realise. Plus, this slope is a lot steeper than I thought it was. So it's like, I have a lot of points here where, like, I wanted to just make it go down, but I needed to put slabs in, just because otherwise it didn't look smooth. It was quite a pain. So what I want to do now is actually work on this area here, and possibly up there if I need to, or if I have time. So I want to build the next part of this. The thing is, it does also require planning. I can't just build the exact thing. I actually need to do another sort of slope up here, like you see with the dirt. I need to do another gradient, which is annoying. The most annoying part of actually doing this project is just doing the gradient, because I need to somehow get all of these materials back in order, and I can't even tell the difference between half of them. I was not very smart. All of my chests are disorganized. It's like nothing is in order. So yeah, basically if I want to do the gradient, I'm going to need to get all of the materials, put them back in order, and then build another slope and hope it looks good. And the last one I did took like 3 attempts. They're really not fun. Like seriously, try and imagine doing a smooth curve with blocks. And then you've got to try and add some randomization to that curve. It is such a mess. But it is a mess that I like working on. So, first priority right now, get materials. That's right, I'm not actually building yet. So now I have wonderful, luxurious dirt. I'm starting to notice consequences of the creeper farm constantly being down. Yeah, whenever the creeper farm stops working, we get a lot of mobs spawning here on the surface. It is not fun to deal with. So, anyway, what now? Well, I need a load of moss, because I can't build anything without moss. It's like everything here just requires moss. And the thing is, I stopped digging down in this thing. I stopped using the moss to go down here, because it was getting too deep. So where did I move? Well, I moved here. 2 episodes, and I've basically made a man-made ravine. So now, time for moss. Well, I got moss. Is it enough? Absolutely not. But it's what I am going to work with for now. So, what I need to do is, again, start off with the grass, except I'm going to do it a bit differently to how I did it last time. Last time, I was just building it and hoping it looked good. This time, I think I'm going to sort of plan out the layers a bit like this, and then I'll fill in everything up until that line, and that will sort of be my layer planning. Did that make any sense? I don't think it did. I'm going to start it from up here. Normally I would build from like lower point up, but this time I'm actually going to go from top down, just because it is a lot easier, and if I go from the bottom up, I get a lot of points where it's like, oh, I don't think I'm high enough, and then like I do a really sharp slope up, and then it just doesn't look good. Again, I have no idea if that made sense. But whatever, I think... Oh, I really need to stop doing that. So, I think that that's a good enough explanation. Well, it wasn't a good enough explanation for you, but as long as I understand it, then nothing else matters. So let's go on to the time-lapse. Ha! You thought there was going to be a time-lapse, but there wasn't. That's just because it really was not worth doing a time-lapse for this. Like, don't get me wrong, it took a long time, but not worth it. So yeah, we're now 2 sections done out of, I think, 4 or 5? 4. Okay, so there's only 4. Oh wait, no, that is 5. No, it is 4. Why can't I count? So yeah, we're 2 sections done out of the 4 that I made. However, it's going to get a lot slower from this point on, because these sections here, they were quite small in comparison to this. And that. Because the problem is, these ones go down. Quite a bit down. There is quite a height difference there. And guess what? That causes problems. Problems which I am not going to deal with today. I will leave those for next episode. Have fun, future me. So, there are 2 things that I want to do now. 1, we have more quartz. In fact, we had quartz last time we added to the Colosseum, except I ran out of time. So, I've still got spare quartz. And I figure there is no point leaving it in the chest to gain dust, so here it is. So what I'm going to do is finally destroy this dirt that has been leaving an outline around the whole Colosseum, because basically when I was building it I needed to know where the wall was. And then I'm filling in the wall. Can I stop accidentally taking screenshots? I've done that like 10 times this episode. Anyway, let's fill this in. And that is done. Not the Colosseum. The Colosseum is not done, but the wall is done for now. And it feels odd going through this part now, because it used to be so bright and colourful because of all of the sunlight, and now it's been closed off. Which, I mean, I need it to be dark when it's done, for, reasons. So, anyway, I want to do one final thing this episode, and I have around half an hour to do so, which is fine. I would prefer more, but you gotta work with what you've got. And what I have got is some moss. What a smooth transition that was. And some green concrete and some green wool and all of that. So I think you can probably guess what I'm going to be doing. Well, round here, as I have stated multiple times, this quarter is going to need to be done. Woohoo. However, despite the fact that I just pointed out the moss is actually not what I need to start with. What I need to start with is a slope going up there, a bit like this one here. And that is the worst part. Not even joking, the worst part of building this project is just the first line. After that, you just fill it in. It's literally just getting that line right. So anyway, with all of the materials in order and however long it has been this episode, I think we should finally hop into a wonderful little time-lapse. This is not much progress, honestly. Well, it's an okay amount of progress. Like, I think overall this episode I've probably done less than normal. There is a reason. Am I going to tell you that reason? Absolutely not. You're waiting till... Or are you? Who knows? Maybe it's... Or even... I don't know when you'll find out, but there is a very good reason why I'm doing less progress on here. Still not going to tell you, but I think it's something we'll all like, so not a bad trade. But yeah, that is unfortunately the end of this episode here. I wish I had more time to record this one. Like, this would be really fun to actually, like, do more progress on, but that will have to wait. I mean, I'm also out of materials, so really I'm not sure what I would do if the episode was continuing, so I think it's an okay amount of progress. Like, I think I spent a bit too long on this bit and should have spent more time on the actual project here, so that's something I'm gonna try and change. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put all of my focus into the actual project for the next few episodes, because the slopes, they're important, but they are really boring. Like, there's nothing fun about them. The project, I don't know why, is just so much more fun to build. Plus, the fact that it's all different resources means that, like, it's easier to get them. Yeah, it's weird. You would think, like, more materials means more time, but no, it's just because, like, everything is being collected at once. Like, the wool farm is getting the wool, I can get the moss, Knight is normally getting concrete or terracotta, and the stones don't really take that long. So yeah, as I said, that is going to end this episode here. The next few episodes we should be back on this project, which I am really happy to be doing. I love this project, it is amazing. So again, for like the 4th time now, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.